Florida, the Sunshine State, is a tourist playground, but also a watery grave for presidential ambitions. Late, it shone on Republicans, thanks to two traditionally conservative sections of the population, Cubans and other Latino voters, and elderly retirees. Non-participation by a traditionally downtrodden and disenfranchised black underclass has helped too. That's exactly what happened here 8 years ago in 2000. There was a statistical dead heat in the state, but the US Supreme Court ruled that George W. Bush had won. Al Gore's hopes of becoming president were over. This year, Republican Rudy Giuliani pinned everything on winning the Florida primary. But it was over once he failed to make much of a splash. So is Florida going to do it again now, this time to John McCain? He's led in the state for months, but now he's neck and neck in the opinion polls. And without Florida, his dreams of the White House are sunk. An hour south of Miami, Homestead, Florida. Despite the apple pie sounding name, this is where the credit crunch has real impact on small town America. This is where the battle between Democrats and Republicans is being fought hardest. Joe Garcia is the challenger for this congressional seat, fighting to capture it for the Democrats. The crowds might not be as big as at an Obama rally, but they're enthusiastic for his message and the free T-shirts.
If you were dropped here and you didn't know where you were, you could see yourself in either some part in southwest Texas or northwest Mexico. Very rural, a lot of agricultural laborers. We're the #1 area in the country for mortgage foreclosures, and construction is the largest employer in my district. So as they both are going on, you've had probably the largest unemployment increase in the state in over 10 years, just in the last month, as well as people being forced out of their homes, so it's pretty bad.
Hoping to be returned for a fourth term is Republican Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart.
I respect the president and the presidency. I respect the political leadership of my party, but I don't work for the president of the United States. I don't work for my party leadership. I work for the people that I represent that have elected me. One of the reasons that I've always done very well is because the people understand that I'm going to be fighting for them, for their interests, not for the interests of a political party.
Pity the poor people of Central Florida, residents in one of the most campaigned parts of the entire country. Not that everyone considers themselves put upon. The Obama campaign really has energized sections of the community not heard of before. These supporters started lining up before dawn, 18 hours before they would have the chance to cheer their hero at a midnight Get Out the Vote rally. Why'd you get here so early?
To beat the crowd.
Well, I mean, you know, you could have probably come at about 10 o'clock and still got the same.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. We have to be here at 6 in the morning. We have to be here. You have to back. Look at all these people here. Last Monday, we went to a rally in Orlando, and there were people there at 5 o'clock in the morning. So me and my friend were like, okay, we're going to beat the crowd this time. We're going to get here at 6 o'clock. We got here at 6 o'clock, and that's what we're first online.
42nd President and the next President of the United States of America.
So far and so close because of you.
Most of these people have already voted, and they've seen Barack Obama before. He's been to Florida more than 20 times in this general election campaign. Yet, as the time approaches midnight and the temperature drops, they've turned out in their thousands. Depending on how you look at it, a sign of how close the fight for the state of Florida now is, or how far Barack Obama has now cut into what should have been heartland territory for John McCain. Earlier in the daytime sunlight, a slightly smaller but equally enthusiastic crowd turned out for John McCain. Other Republican grandees queued up with their take
on how it'll all come out right for McCain Palin on Election Day.
He can definitely win. He's going to win. There's a movement in his direction because people don't want to take a risk. They want somebody they know who's tested.
Absolutely he'll win Florida. The energy here is incredible. I mean, you can see what's happening. It's going John's way all the way.
History never repeats itself in exactly the same way. But 8 years after Bush-Gore, it seems this state will make or break the presidential hopes of John McCain. To win, the Republican nominee needs to rally his base and reel in floating voters from the towns, suburbs, orange groves and beaches of Florida.